What's going on, guys? It's Adonis, and I'm going to be going over my top 5 favorite moments from Arrow Season 4, Episode 4. So number 5 was the Rogue Anti-Vigilante Task Force. Now, they were kind of the main story arc of this episode. Lance's Anti-Vigilante Task Force is actually stealing drugs and then selling that to fund their own personal bank accounts and, help themselves escape the city because obviously the city is dying. Now, in this episode, you have some of these weapons that they had already set up for Team Arrow, like, cutting out the frequency for the canary cry. That was pretty clever. Some of the nets and stuff that they had set up, certain specialized weapons for Team Arrow. So I thought it was really cool that Captain Lance had already had this team set up in place. And now this team is actually doing what they were supposed to do, but not really, not as, actually stealing stuff. But it's really clever how that story arc kind of unfolded. So I really like that part of the episode, and that's why it's my top 5. Now, number 4 was the Mike and Felicity moment. Now, Mike had found a certain code, and it was funny because Felicity found this code that was inside of her phone that kept, popping up in her phone as far as saying her name, and she traced it back to Ray Palmer's lab, which is now Mike Holt's lab, and she thought that he was actually playing a prank on her. Turns out it was Ray Palmer's suit that had similar code that I was actually writing to her. Now, we know, obviously, as the audience, that Legends of Tomorrow, Ray Palmer is alive and he was small. So they don't know that. And in the episode, it really begs the question, is Ray communicating to her through the suit? Is he still stuck in the suit? How is he communicating to her at the moment? And obviously, is there something in that message that he left her as far as the last audio message? Because it doesn't really go into that at the end of the episode, like what was said in that audio message. So hopefully we get a little bit more of that, but I like the moment between Felicity and Mike. I thought it was funny. Like, you had these two geeks going back and forth, and Felicity says, like, man, I guess this is what it feels like talking to me, because Mike just kept ignoring what she was saying, just kept going on. So I thought it was really funny, and it's in my top 5. Now, number 3 is Oliver running for mayor. Now, in the episode, he goes to the point where he doesn't want to run anymore. He feels like there's no use, and that was after him having this really deep heart-to-heart with Captain Lance, which was actually really, really cool, and that's going to be in this top 5 as well. But, him going to run for mayor, especially the end speech, was actually really cool. I didn't know how I was going to think or how I was going to feel about him running for mayor, but now that I actually see it, and kind of what he wants to do with it, I'm actually kind of intrigued on what this is going to actually play into as far as a story. Not to mention the really cool Arrow cave they actually have under their campaign grounds. So I thought that was really neat that he has this new layer under there now, which is fantastic. But what do you guys think about Oliver running for mayor? I don't know 100% yet, but I feel a lot better now than I did the last episode when he said he was going to. So number 2, probably something that we all have wanted since the beginning of the entire show of Arrow, was Oliver finally telling Lance off, just once. It was just a good feeling. So Oliver catches Lance talking to Damien Dark, and then he pops up like Batman in his house. And it was just a funny conversation. Even though it was a lot of emotions in that conversation, you really felt the tension between the two actors. I really enjoyed that scene. But to have Oliver really get to tell him, like, stop hiding behind your daughters, like, it was just dope to hear. It was really cool to hear, and I think some of the fans of the show have probably been waiting for this moment for a really long time. So I'm really glad that it's actually happened, and I feel like now we can move past that and move forward, but he finally got to say his piece. So I really like that part of the episode. Now, number 1 is Sara and her disappearance at the end of the episode. Now, in the episode, which was really awesome that, Laurel is really trying to keep to her promise and not, hiding things from Captain Lance anymore about their family. So she introduces him to the new Sara, fresh from the Lazarus pit, and he is like, this is not my daughter. And through the episode, he's going to Damien Dark trying to figure out what's going on, and he's like, you need to put her down. He shows up later on in the episode trying to kill her, and Laurel has to stop him. So there was a lot to do with that, and I really like the fact that they're focused on the fact that she is not the same person, and they're really trying to paint that picture. So I really like that. Now at the end though, she's gone. Sara, Laurel goes down to feed her, and chains are all over the place. Cards, photographs are laying around, and it really begs the question now: where is Sara? Did she break out because she's just freaky, or did she come to consciousness to where now she understood how to break out of the chain since she's Canary? So what do you guys think? Do you think Sara is back to normal Sara? Do you think she just had like a rage freak out and she just ripped out of the chains? Let me know in the comment section down below. So that's my top 5, guys. Let me know down below what your top 5 are. I know obviously one of the big things will probably be the Arrow Cave, which makes tons of sense, but let me know down below. And if you haven't, guys, yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and go ahead and click that like button for me as well. All right, guys, till next time. See you later. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you guys like this video and want to see more content like this, go ahead and click that APP logo in the corner to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you guys want to chat with me on social media, go ahead and like my Facebook page, Absolutely Tech, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Adonis_ATeamLV. All right, guys, till next time. See you later.